What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am going to build today, even though we see in that picture over there that Rise is nerfed. We're still going to build it because we're that smart. Basically, we're going to build it just because of the first hex score, which is by far the best hex score for mages, and that should be actually, I'm not gonna say his name. You can have a guess in the comments, and in a few seconds it will appear on the screen anyway. But it's like you're doing astrals, but you're not doing astrals. So that is Mage Conference. Whoever guessed it, good for you. As hex scores, we're going to be looking for Mage Heart and Axiom Arc or Blue Battery, or even a Mage Emblem. It would be really nice to go for 9 mages, but hopefully we get lucky. So, as early game, I'm going to be explaining a little bit of my knowledge in general, not only regarding mages. So, what you want to do in the first chapter, I usually want to lose all the rounds, or maybe win one by luck, or I don't know, by fate. Either that, either lose soft. Calculated loss, I would call them. I want that because I will have priority for items or champions in the first 2 share drafts, chapter 2 and chapter 3. So I can build my items and have my spike in around mid game. If that makes any sense. So, in the first chapter, let's see that you put points in experience. You get level 4 before the normal one, and you have for champions, you're most likely to win. You have 100 HP. At the first share draft, you're not going to get anything, and if in chapter 3 you win 2 of 3 rounds, you're still going to be in top 4. So items bye bye, which means that in mid game you're most likely to fold a bit just because you have no items, depending on your team comp as well. But as I said, no matter what I do, I want to lose the first chapter, almost most of it, and after I want to keep the 3 mages, because even with Mage Conference they'll give you randomly, but that random mage will depend on the level that you are. If you put points in XP really fast, they might give you high cost mages as well, like Silas, Rise, and of course Zoe. But I don't want that, because if I don't finish my 1 and 2 cost mages, my bench will have no space. So I'm going to keep 3 astrals. I'm going to want to make Vladimir and Nami 3 stars as fast as possible, and if I do that, my bench will look really clean, and I will be more focused on rerolling at level 8 for, of course, Zoe. In case you're wondering, when this game is played, the account was at that point Platinum 2. The team comp that I spammed, basically, as any player, I started in Iron the 2nd, because they don't put you anywhere up. So I started there. In patch 11, 12.11, I spammed bruisers. They were really OP. They still are, but they got a bit nerfed, as you saw in the first picture. And in patch 12, I mean 12.12, which is the actual patch that I'm playing this game in, it's Astrals. Yes, I know, you can hate me, you can say the best words, the best wishes for me and my family. I got my LP from it, I'm not sorry. The way I played them is I made Ilawi tank. Her ability makes her tank by default. I mean, she doesn't even really need items, just she needs items to survive the second cast of her ability. That's it, because every ability gives her 33% of armor and magic resist for each unit that she hits. So if she hits, let's say, 4 champions, 3 to 4 champions, those would be the frontline champions, she will get tanked by default. And if she hits the second one, she will double her stats. So that's kind of broken in my opinion. And as carry, I was not, and I'm not doing Nidalee, even though it's not so bad as a carry. I prefer to make Varus carry, because his ultimate actually stuns for people. And if you have attack speed on him, he will just spam that ultimate and will despair your opponents. For Varus, I have 2 options for build. One, I like to call it anti-tank build, because when they would do Jade, Guardians, Bruisers, they will have a lot of HP, and firstly you need to shred their armor, and then to deal more damage in units with over 2000 HP. So I will go Giant Slayer, and the other pen item, I keep forgetting its name, but that's totally fine. Actually, you build it from recurve bow and sparring gloves. You can figure out the item, or you can leave a comment down below and let me know, because my memory is not helping me right now. And of course, as a must, I always do Rage Blade Guinso on a Varus. That's a must. So that's the anti-tank build, when they have a lot of HP and armor. And if they don't have that, but they have Revels with Cannooners, they most likely will have that annoying Sona that will ult and CC over and over again. Or even the Tempest, Affinity, it's gonna stun you. So no, thank you, I don't want that. So for CC, I always do Rage Blade, obviously it's a must on Varus, and Bloodthirster. As third item, you make Quicksilver. That's what I spammed, and it got me actually in about 3 days from Gold 4 to Platinum 4. So if you want to spam that, go ahead, enjoy your LP, no problem, I got you. Now, as a comment on this game particularly, when you're building mages, you want to, as frontline, you want to have Silas tank, if you have items for him, if they give you. And as carry, of course, you're gonna make Rise until you get the Zoe. because Zoe actually in late will deal more damage. Even 2 stars will deal more damage than Rise. Varus is stuck in my mind. Don't judge me, please. Don't judge me. No hate. Now, as items for Rise, there are 2 items that are a must, and the 3rd item apparently it's, let's say, volatile, because depends on their team comp as well. So the 2 most used items on Rise would be to have Spear of Shojin, then Gunblade. And as a 3rd item, I call it Seraph Embrace, but that's actually the transformed item in League of Legends. Again, the name, it's actually on my tongue, but I don't know it. So basically the item that I already have on Rise, it's really good because, let me 1 second, it's Archangel stuff. Damn, found the name. And for the earlier one, it's Last Whisper. So the pen item that I put on Varus, it's Last Whisper. I hope I remember it. And for 3rd item on Rise, it's Archangel stuff. If you play League of Legends, you know what I mean. Okay, actually that item is so good on Rise because every 5 seconds you will get 20 AP. And even though his ability is scaling with AP and mana, if you put AP on that champion, what it actually does, it increases the damage, obviously, but it will be percent from AP. It makes no sense to me, to be honest. But as you can see, it's 1000 something from maximum mana. So if he has mana as well with AP, he will deal more damage. Anyway, you need to put those items. If you have more items, I mean more AP items, I would suggest to keep them or just to put them on a random champion that you will sell later. I don't know, an AP champion. Doesn't really matter which one. Just to deal some damage or to cast 1 ultimate per game. And that's more than enough. This game I didn't really have too many items for Sylas. Sylas is really good because he double shields himself, and while he's shielded, Nami and Rise will shield him, will heal him a lot. Rise from Gunblade and Nami from her ability. If you have a Gunblade for Nami as well, it is not really a problem. But I would, as I said, I would keep the items not made, I mean only being parts, just for Zoe, because when you put Zoe, you'll see that you kind of change the game a bit more. As you can see, so far we're skipping some events in the game. That's because I recorded with outplayed.gg. It's an Overwolf app, and it's actually recording only the PvE or PvP fights. I mean, the shared drafts are not included, and the picking of the hex cores. As you can see, this game has hex cores. I chose Mage Conference, Mage Heart, and Blue Battery, which is really good for this comp. And big shout out right now, Riot, please nerf Siphon as fast as possible. He works in every comp. We don't want that. We don't want to see a Corki who fires bombs from downtown and the Siphon who knocks up our team and basically carries the game just by doing that. Please nerf him so he can work only with Whispers and Bruisers. And that's it. Or better, please nerf Elise as well. My opinion. She's really OP. Not only with Whispers, but with Dragon Master as well. But focus on Siphon. If you can focus on both of them, just Siphon would be the biggest problem right now. Okay, now because I managed to do my all champions 3 stars, I was thinking about selling one or changing one with another 4 cost champion or 5 cost champion, but if I was changing it or selling it worse, the shop will give me, the hex core will give me that champion again. Then it will not give me Zoe. So even if you have 8 mages, as I do right now, and you didn't have the luck to get any spatula from shop, you stay with 8 mages, it's no problem. You will not lose because of that. As you can see, Zoe is really good. And also, if you're trying to climb a game, to get higher ranked in TFT, you shouldn't be testing or trying to have fun on your account. As I understood so far, you need to find your comfortable comp and you need to do it consistently, like literally spamming it. Otherwise, 10% of games you'll be top 4 and 90% of your games you will be 5, 6, 7, 8 place. You'll play more games though, and you'll try to have fun in more games, but you will only lose LP. In any comp you do, by the way, once you find your comp that you want to climb with, I would put on each comp as a late game table. I'll put one Zoe, Bard, or Soraka, or all 3 of them if you have space, but usually they don't really give you like 60 or 70% of your games you will not get a dragon. That's why you get Siphon, because you don't get your special dragon and you consolate yourself with this one. Bard is good for CC and for giving you better champions in shop, increases your drop rate for 5 gold costs. Champions. Soraka actually heals your player. As you can see now, I'm 8 HP, and after I finish this round I'll have 10, just because of Soraka. If you have Metabolic Accelerator and Soraka in the same game, you're going to be really fine. You'll get 4 or 5 HP per round. And actually, I think this is the luckiest round that I played this game, because somehow my ultimates had a synergy, and you can see that Soraka is actually healing a lot and kept my Rise alive enough to deal damage, like you see now. Rise is healing her and she is healing Rise. So nice. If I didn't win that round, I would not be able to have that Zoe 3 stars. And as you can see right now, wow, she is shielding all her team, and after the shield ends, actually, she gives 500 armor and magic resist to all of your team, all of your units, which is out of this world. Basically, any champion, any dragon that enemy would have, he'll not deal damage. And now I want you to look at damage. You see here 8k, 9k, and a Daisy with 10k HP. So fun. So fun. So, guys, I just want to inform you that this actually was my first video ever made. I mean, with a voice over. I don't know how good or bad it went. I cannot be my own critic. I have a good feeling about it, but I would be happy to find your opinion as well, your honest opinion. If I can improve something, if I can change something, if you want to see more of my videos, I will be happy to do more. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. So, yep, that's kind of it. Zoe 3 stars. You know how we do it. Thanks again. Bye bye.